Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream, the third in 4 days, and it is the second time in that time we are covering Manchester United, who host a Burnley side that have not played a game in 18 days after COVID ruined their Premier League schedule. Burnley last played a game against West Ham at Turf Moor before the big break, recording their 8th draw in 15 Premier League games. For the Red Devils, no new manager bounce has occurred as the same problems reoccur for Manchester United. Slow tempo, no press and lack of intensity. With teams above them stronger and playing better, United's top four ambitions are becoming a lot tougher to fulfil. So for the final fixture of the ones not postponed for Gameweek 20 and the final game in the Premier League of 2021, will Burnley pick up their second ever victory at Old Trafford in the Premier League and get Dyche's 150th win as Burnley manager, or will United improve and gain 3 points to shut the gap to the top four? Kickoff around 10 minutes away. Again, Burnley's been hit by COVID, but not enough to warrant the game being called off. I'll go through those COVID situations in a second. Okay. Just give me 2 seconds. There we go, I should do it. Stream bit rate. Yeah, okay. That's video bit rate. Just apologies about this. Oh, sure. Okay, right. Yeah, done. So, like I said, Burnley's first game in 18 days. It's going to be tough. They've got to go to Old Trafford, where their fans will be expectant of them to perform a lot better than what they did against Newcastle. We covered the game on this channel live. Something wasn't right. I mean, they were poor throughout the whole game. They were very lucky to even gain a point. Probably should have lost that game. Newcastle were very strong, showed that they were definitely chasing points and needing points because they're so far in the relegation zone, and that is similar to Burnley. Yes, they've got around 4 games in hand on many teams around them, Burnley, but they're also struggling, and games in hand don't equal 3 points. You've got to gain the points in those games in hand. So Burnley will be right up for it tonight. First game in about nearly 2.5 weeks. They'll be wanting to win this game, and they're going to Old Trafford. It's a memorable moment for any footballer, no matter how many times you do it. So they'll be up for it definitely, even though they're a little bit short in their squad in some areas due to injuries and COVID still within the Burnley camp. But I mean, it should be a cracking game tonight. United have got something to prove. Burnley are here not just to make up the numbers; they want to try and get 3 points themselves. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We've got a Manchester United 2, Burnley 1 prediction. I did predict yesterday that Burnley will win 2-0. I'm going for a bit of an out there prediction. Could be completely wrong, and we get a bit of a Ronaldo masterclass. But we'll have to wait and see. I could be completely wrong, but I've gone a little bit out there for the prediction. But I'll just go through the teams quickly. Now starting with the home side of Manchester United, David De Gea keeps his spot in the team, 2 clean sheets in his last 3 Premier League appearances. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw restored into full-back, replacing Diogo Dalot and Alex Telles. A change at the back, Eric Bailly comes in at centre-half. Lindelof's out with COVID, and Varane's been dropped to the bench, and he'll play alongside Manchester United captain Harry Maguire. 2 holding midfielders are going to be Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay this time. Fred dropped to the bench, and then they've gone for a 2 wingers and 2 forward formation, with Mason Greenwood playing alongside Jadon Sancho on the wing. Sancho restored back into the lineup, replacing Marcus Rashford. Ronaldo starts once again. He's got 7 Premier League goals so far this season. He'll be playing alongside Edinson Cavani, who scored that goal against Newcastle to get them back into the game, and he's got a goal, and that means he's been judged with a start in this game, which will be fantastic for the Uruguayan, 36 years old and 34, Ronaldo and Cavani respectively. So they've gone for an experienced front two, but they've got bags of quality, and against this Burnley defence, they could definitely cause some issues like they did against Newcastle, especially Edinson Cavani when he got the goal. On the bench, Dean Henderson, yet to play in the Premier League so far this season. Unfortunately for him, he's looking for a move away. Diogo Dalot is back on the bench after 4 full 90 minutes in a row. Varane, who made the mistake for the Newcastle goal, he's on the bench with Tellez as well, who's had 9 full 90-minute appearances in the Premier League in a row before tonight. Fred dropped to the bench with Donnie Van Der Beek. Many United fans thinking he should have gotten the nod ahead of Matic today, but unfortunately not. Jesse Lingard's been promoted to the bench as well. Anthony Alagna is on the bench. The Swedish winger recently signed a new long-term contract with Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford has also been named on the bench. No Bruno Fernandes due to a yellow card suspension, picking up 5 yellow cards. Alex Lindelof's out with COVID, and Pogba as well is out with a thigh injury still. He's yet to return, still a little bit of unknown certainties about his contract. Tom Heaton is also not in the squad alongside Phil Jones, Juan Mata, and trying to escape Anthony Martial, who's trying to get a move to Sevilla on loan. First loan bid rejected by United, but it looks like they're getting closer to agreeing a deal where everyone is happy. So I don't think we'll see Martial again in the United shirt anytime soon. That's for sure. As we are just under 4 minutes from kickoff. I'm going to go through the Burnley line-up now. Wayne Hennessy gets his first Premier League appearance in a Burnley shirt with no Nick Pope. He is out with COVID, says Sean Dyche. Matt Lowton's making his 150th Burnley appearance today in the Premier League. Let's see if he can do another good shift in at right back, starting 15 of the 15 Premier League games for Burnley this season. James Tarkowski is on the bench, not scored in this season's Premier League since the first game of the season, where they lost 2-1 to Brighton. And Ben Mee, former Manchester City man who made one appearance for the Blues, starts alongside James Tarkowski with Charlie Taylor at left back. Johan Berg Gudmundsson plays on the right, with Ashley Westwood and Jack Cork playing the 2 central midfield roles, with Dwight McNeil, former Manchester United youth boy, on the left. Is a Manchester United fan as well, Dwight McNeil. And they brought in a bit of experience. No Jay Rodriguez to play up front with Chris Wood. He's got COVID as well, one of the other ones who got COVID. So Aaron Lennon's going to be playing in the number 10 role, just in behind Chris Wood. He's will be making his 7th Premier League appearance and 2nd start of the season since game week 7. That was against Norwich. And then again, Chris Wood, he's going to be playing up front. 3 goals in 15 appearances in the Premier League so far this season. He'll want to be improving those numbers. And then on the bench, they've got Will Norris, backup keeper, 28 years of age. Phil Bardsley, formerly of Manchester United as well, from 1993 to 2008. Nathan Collins, a summer signing from Stoke. He's on the bench with Bobby Thomas, youngster, 20 years of age, yet to make a Premier League appearance for Burnley or in his entire career. Eric Peters also on the bench as well, yet to play a minute in the Premier League in the last 4, so he'll be wanting to try and get on the bench and help his team. And the only attacking option they've got on the bench is Matej Vidra, who's only got the 1 goal this season in the Premier League, and that was in their away draw to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Players missing out, obviously Nick Pope with COVID, Kevin Long is returning from COVID, the centre-back, also Josh Brownhill, he's returning from COVID, not yet able to play. Maxwell Cornet, very close to starting, he's got 5 goals in his first 9 Premier League appearances. Very good signing, the Ivorian from Lyon, but he's unfortunately he's not been playing in the last 2 games, and that's now 3. Sean Dyche just said just not quite ready, Maxwell Cornet, so a big miss. I think he would have been a big help in this game, especially with the lack of attacking options on the bench. And like I said, Jay Rodriguez also out with COVID, but he's yet to score a goal so far in the Premier League this season. So we're very close to kick off now, just under 2 minutes. And they're the 2 lineups. You can see them on screen as well, the 2 lineups and their bench as well. How do you feel about Lukaku saying he wants to go back to Inter? Yeah, it's a crazy one. That I've heard that quote was 3 weeks ago. That's when he was a little bit injured, and yeah, I don't know. I think it'll sort itself out. I'm sure there's 2 sides to the story, but I'm not sure. We just have to wait for it to develop more. But I did find it a little bit concerning that he did say he already wants to leave Chelsea, or not wants to leave Chelsea, but indicating that he will one day go back to Inter Milan. like I said, I think we'll just have to see how that develops more. Remember, it's just the early stages of that story as the two sides swap ends. That is rare to see. So it'll be Burnley attacking towards their away ends, who are in the far right of the ground. Sorry if you got any buffer in there. If you did, I do apologise. Like I said, if you did get any buffer in there, sorry. But I think it will be, I presume it'll be a United kickoff. Yeah, it will be. United kicking from right to left. Burnley left to right. Cavani's stood over the kickoff as the referee Jonathan Moss blows the whistle and all players take the knee to show the campaign for no room for racism. Cavani's walked away from the kickoff and it'll be instead taken by Greenwood, who knocks it back to McTominay, clips it forward up towards Ronaldo, loses out on the header to James Tarkowski, picked up by Matic in the midfield, Shaw on the left, in towards Sancho, who can't keep it in, and it's a Burnley throw-in. Just going to get the timer going. As Burnley hook it long. Maybe Aaron Lennon to give chase, but Eric Bailly deals with it well. In the left back area, clips it down the left channel. Headed away by James Tarkowski. Chris Wood gets onto it, plays it into Westwood, off of Aaron Lennon, into Matic, gets it to McTominay. Bullied by many Burnley players there, and he loses out, and it's James Tarkowski who works it back to the goalkeeper. Wayne Hennessy. Goodmanson on the ball. Plays it down the line towards Charlie Taylor. Picked up by Eric Bailly. It's now McTominay on the far right-hand side. Plays it forward to Greenwood, who likes to cut in onto his left from that right, and he'll play a crossword ball towards Sancho. Picked up by McNeil on the chest, but invites Jadon Sancho to take it off him. And it does look like Sancho will be playing on the left with Luke Shaw and Greenwood on the right with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This is Harry Maguire, the one not dropped from Newcastle, which I find bizarre because I think Newcastle really exploited Harry Maguire in that game for his weaknesses. David De Gea clips it forward up towards Ronaldo in the Burnley half. He can't get towards it. Tarkowski lets it run all the way back to the Welshman, Wayne Hennessy, making his first Premier League appearance for Burnley. It's altogether his 182nd Premier League appearance, many of them coming at his previous club that he left in the summer, Crystal Palace. Ben Mee, up it goes towards Aaron Lennon, too much on it. Maguire can let it run to the Spaniard David De Gea, who's now been at the club for around a decade. 464 appearances for David De Gea. Nearly got knocked off his pedestal as number one last season with Dean Henderson getting a good run of fixtures, but he's put his name back on that team sheet for this season. McTominay, fouled by Jack Cork in the United half. It's going to be an interesting midfield battle between McTominay, Matic, and Jack Cork and Ashley Westwood. Need maximum energy in that department. As there's no surprise in Manchester, there is bad weather, a bit of rain at Old Trafford as Maguire goes for a switch to Wan-Bissaka. Keeps it in, comes off the foot of Charlie Taylor and forward to Goodmanson, so Burnley can get away in the final third. Far left, works across. It's all the way over to McNeil, who's unmarked. Takes a touch beautifully on the right-hand side. Can't work a shot yet. Does do now, and it's blocked by Luke Shaw. Falls to Lowton. Good crossing. Chris Wood with the header. Wide it goes. Matt Lowton on his 150th Premier League appearance for Burnley gets a wicked cross in after picking it up from the McNeil shot. That was blocked by Luke Shaw. Spun the ball in towards the far post on the left. Chris Wood has stayed on side by pushing up too late. Chris Wood, the New Zealand international, probably will be thinking he should have done better with that. Not got too many goals this season, 3 in 15. He got 12 in the last campaign. What an early chance for Burnley, under 4 minutes in. It's now with Nemanja Matic on halfway. Forward to Ronaldo. Touching past to Greenwood. Cutting onto his left foot. assessing the options and works out to Luke Shaw on the far left. Back into the team ahead of Alex Tellez, the Brazilian. Jadon Sancho looking for the overlap of Luke Shaw, can't find him, a deflected pass away. So now McNeil who brings it forward, passes it through the lines to Aaron Lennon. Now he's breaking in that number 10 role where Dyche knows he can play, plays it through to Chris Wood. I think the defensive lines work there for United, but play continues. Chris Wood with the shot, wide it goes. And I don't think the flag was raised by the linesman. Wow, Aaron Lennon breaking through. We know he's got a good pass. Oh, that would have been close. I think Maguire played him on. Chris Wood on the left, got onto his right foot, edge of the box, curled it towards the far post. Would have been a fantastic finish if it had nettled into the corner, but unfortunately it went just wide. But 2 warning signs already for United. A header wide by Chris Wood and a shot wide by him as well. But it's promising signs for Sean Dyche, as his team hasn't played since the 12th of December, 18 days ago. Luke Shaw in the United half. Lifted ball over the top for Ronaldo. Is he onside? It's a great ball. Touch in front of him in the box. Ronaldo over the bar. Big chance. And I don't think the flag went up. You expect Ronaldo to score those chances. Luke Shaw, great vision. Oh, he's well onside. What a chance. Ball through. Luke Shaw showing passes of what he was doing last year into Ronaldo. Perfect touch with the head to get it into his path. Tarkowski and me could only chase and watch him put a shot on goal, and he put it over the bar. Rangnick is disappointed, and so is Ronaldo. That should have been a goal. Perfect chance for the Portuguese to pick up his 8th Premier League goal of the season. That would be 14 in 21 in all competitions. But he blazed over the crossbar. Big chance. And Lennon picks it up off of Matic. Good play from Aaron Lennon. He's got a good first 6 minutes of the game. The former Everton and Spurs player. Around the corner it goes to Matt Lowton. He's going to be challenged by Luke Shaw. Pushed to the ground by the left back. And it'll be a goal kick as he headed it out of play. Matt Lowton, and the referee doesn't see the barge from Shaw as enough to give a free kick. Like I said, Matt Lowton, 150th Premier League appearance for Burnley. It's number 222 between all the clubs he's played for, including some appearances for Aston Villa. But we've had 3 big chances, 2 for Burnley and 1 for United, but the one that was clear as day was the United chance, and it should have gone in. Ronaldo does his defensive work and plays it back to McTominay. Across it goes to Luke Shaw in the United half. Good start for Burnley, pressing up high, forcing them back to their own goal, Manchester United. It's now with Maguire. Bringing it forward, going around Aaron Lennon, then having to turn back. Lennon's bullying Maguire here, but the foul's been given against him. Bit too aggressive on the former Leicester centre-half. Like I said, Aaron Lennon, now at the age of 34, playing really well in his first 7 minutes, creating a chance for Wood and using that number 10 role to his advantage and finding space in between the lines. Greenwood in the Burnley half, back to the halfway to Nemanja Matic, 3-time title-winning player in the Premier League. All of them for Chelsea. Luke Shaw. To Jadon Sancho. Drifting into the centre of the pitch and playing it across to McTominay. Ronaldo. McTominay. Ball looking for Cavani. Cut out by Tarkowski. Falls all the way back to Eric Bailly. Ivorian in for Varane tonight. Plays it through and into the space for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Gets there ahead of Charlie Taylor. Gets it inside to Greenwood in the box. Bodies to get through, shoots once, blocked back to him on the byline. Has to go back to the edge of the box to Ronaldo. Poor touch, but he falls to McTominay, who strikes! And that's a fantastic goal from the Scotsman. I think it was an unintentional assist by Ronaldo, but it was set up perfectly for McTominay to strike. And he gets Manchester United an early lead against Burnley. Ronaldo, who got the assist, probably should have had a goal himself a few minutes before. But when you can't score, you can create them, Ronaldo. Greenwood on the byline, found Ronaldo on the edge. Tried to get it onto his left foot to shoot. His touch was too heavy and instead fell for a nice little touch for McTominay just to burst onto it and curl the ball around the Burnley bodies and get it beyond Wayne Hennessy, who didn't really have a chance. He was at full stretch. He tried, but it was a well-guarded strike by McTominay. The man who seems to always keep his spot in this United team, and there's a reason for why. Comes up with the occasional goal, always has good energy, and he provided Rangnick with an opening goal at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Burnley 0, and it's McTominay who have slotted the ball in for United to take the lead. Fantastic goal for McTominay. 8th minute of the game. Burnley will feel hard done by because they've had a decent start to the game. Sean Dyche's men. There's Johan Berg Gudmundsson picks it up on the left for Burnley. Loses that to Eric Bailly, the Icelandic winger. Now McTominay to Jadon Sancho. Tackled by McNeil. And he's back in Burnley possession. Lowton. Looking for Chris Wood, who will give chase against Maguire. Has to deal with it, Maguire, and kick it out for a throw for Burnley. Towards the final third. Good pressure in there by Chris Wood, the Player of the Year in New Zealand for 2020. Matt Lowton with a throw-in to Westwood. Lowton. Back it goes to McNeil. He's got a decent angle for a cross. Decides to play it into Jack Cork instead. Then to Matt Lowton on the far right-hand side. Works across in, all the way through. Strike by Gudmundsson. Good block by Wan-Bissaka. That was aiming goalwards from the Icelandic. But they carry on with Westwood in midfield. Lifted ball in behind towards Aaron Lennon, who will keep it in. Lay it off to Gudmundsson. Left-footed cross again off Wan-Bissaka. And fall down the line to Charlie Taylor, who keeps it alive for Burnley. Good response this from Sean Dyche's boys, who are back after an 18-day break after COVID suspended many of their games. Good switch by McNeil. Well chested down by Gudmundsson. Takes it in his stride. Cross again blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Second time his cross has been blocked, and then Greenwood's slide challenge forces a throw in for Burnley. They seem most vulnerable when you've just conceded, and United are doing a good job of trying to act as sturdy as possible. Charlie Taylor throws back to Jack Cork. Halfway now with James Tarkowski. It's now Ben Mee, formerly Manchester City. He made only one appearance for Manchester City. That was in a League Cup game against West Bromwich Albion in 2010. It's now Matt Lowton on the right. Burnley keeping some solid possession here. He looks for another switch to Gudmundsson. What a ball that is by McNeil. Oh, Gudmundsson lets himself down with the touch, and Wan-Bissaka can get it away from him as he tries to reassert his place back in the team. As him and Greenwood work it well to get it away to McTominay. Still in their own half, Manchester United, but they've defended well the last couple of minutes since they've scored. Greenwood. Out it goes to Jadon Sancho as he'll look to run at the Burnley fullback. Can't quite get beyond Matt Lowton, who takes it away and gets blocked out by Luke Shaw, and that'll be a free kick for Burnley in their right back area. Well won that by Matt Lowton, defending well against Sancho and then winning a free kick. Like I said before, that cross from Matt Lowton that went all the way through to Gudmundsson, and it was a really vital block in the end by Wan-Bissaka. That could have been heading goal bound. Didn't get any minutes in the last 4 Premier League games, Wan-Bissaka, but he's back to prove why he should be the first choice right back again. The boy born in Croydon. Wayne Hennessy sends it long towards Chris Wood. Header won by Wan-Bissaka, will fall to Aaron Lennon, who strikes on the volley. Doesn't catch it as he would have liked, and it just rolls very slowly into the gloves of David De Gea. He's got a contract till 2023 with Manchester United with a further year as an option, as his kick out of his hands comes off the back of the heel of Matic. What an awful kick. Thankfully for United, that fell to Luke Shaw at left back, and they get away with that. David De Gea, really poor kick. So Maguire sends it down the line, blocked off by Aaron Lennon. He's got a pretty poor record against Manchester United, actually. Aaron Lennon, playing them 27 times before today and only winning 3 times and yet to score against the Red Devils. So not a great little record for Aaron Lennon, and it's not a great start either to this game, going down in the 8th minute with a McTominay strike just on the edge of the box. Sancho, Matic, Maguire clears up the field into the Burnley half, but there's no striker there to aim for, and Tarkowski heads back to Wayne Hennessy in the 18-yard area for Burnley. The Welshman, bags of experience, Wayne Hennessy, 34 years of age. Did have a long-term injury in the 2020-2021 season from October to February of 2021. He was out with a thigh injury. Jack Cork picks it up from a Wan-Bissaka clearance, but there's a man down here as Wan-Bissaka to win the header had the challenge with Gudmundsson, and I think he's just caught him unintentionally, but they kind of just came together, and it's caused some discomfort for the Icelandic winger. Yeah, they both went for the ball, and just unfortunately Wan-Bissaka got there first, and Goodmanson's just been caught late. No intention, just they've just collided together. The physios are on just to check Goodmanson's well-being. So I think it wasn't a head-on-head collision. He might have been caught by a shoulder or an elbow into the jaw of Wan-Bissaka. Like I said, they were both just going for the ball. Both of them, either one of them could have come out in that way. Unfortunately, we should have had Newcastle travelling to Everton today in the Premier League, but that was called off due to Newcastle COVID cases and injuries. But we have got Manchester United versus Burnley to see the year off in 2021 for the Premier League. Scott McTominay has got the first goal. Great finish. Used Ashley Westwood to guide the ball around him and into the bottom right corner. Great goal from McTominay, getting his first goal of the season. Number 39. As Goodmanson's gone off to the sidelines and he's going to be okay to continue. His drop balls happened and Ben Mee's got to switch out to McNeil. Brings it down under pressure of Shaw and he turns inside very well. Quite far away from goal, so they'll have to work through the United defence. Goodmanson's back on the field after getting a little bit of treatment for a sore jaw that he seemed to have picked up with a challenge with Wan-Bissaka. Wayne Hennessy, left-footed clearance towards Chris Wood, who chests it beautifully into his own path. Tries to find Lennon, cut out, but he does fall to Westwood as he picks up the pieces, and Burnley again in possession, and they've had the majority of the possession since the McTominay goal. McNeil driving inside. Now Wood lays it off into Aaron Lennon. Can't find his way inside. Blocked off by Luke Shaw. McTominay forward to Cavani. Back into McTominay in the United half as they look to break into the Burnley half and cause some danger. Wan-Bissaka, Ronaldo. Wan-Bissaka, back to Ronaldo. Just dropping slightly deeper for the ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. Loves a 1-2, doesn't he? He's just done one with Matic as well. Matic driving along the halfway line. Has to go back to the Ivorian. Eric Bailly. Greenwood. Ball over towards Shaw. Played back into Maguire first time. Out to Sancho's just dropped a little bit deeper for the ball to make the angle. Matic, first time ball, sweeping it over the top and in behind, but there's no one there to chase it. It's through to Wayne Hennessy. th meeting between these two sides in the Premier League. Burnley's first ever season in the Premier League was in the 09-10 season, so they haven't even been a Premier League regular for that long, and in their first ever Premier League home game, they beat Manchester United 1-0, a Robbie Blake 19th minute goal, secured the 3 points for Burnley in their first ever Premier League match in their history, and it came against Manchester United. And that was their first season without this man on the ball now, Cristiano Ronaldo. He'd gone to Real Madrid that summer. So Jadon Sancho running at Matt Lowton again. Matt Lowton got the better of him the first time around, but he's just kept his distance this time. As Wan-Bissaka's gone over to the left-hand side, short pass to Shaw, who's had to then take out McNeil, who was looking to break away. Like I said, Dwight McNeil did come through the United ranks at youth level from 2004 to 2014. He's a Manchester United fan himself. Man born in Rochdale, as De Gea picks up a ball guided through towards Chris Wood, but he couldn't get there ahead of the Spaniard in the United goal. And here's the goal scorer, Scott McTominay. Sees a switch on. We'll look for Sancho. Header won by Matt Lowton. And Sancho will let it go for a throw-in for United. As he throws it in quickly to Matic. Gets out to Shaw. Back to Maguire. Long time no see. Wow. Hope you're doing okay, Kieran. Back on the channel. Hope you're doing okay. Bailly has it in the United half. Burnley still pressed, but can't really get too near the ball. McTominay. Across to Maguire. Forward to Matic. Drill ball into Sancho. Looking dangerous when he picks it up. Bit of tricky footwork. Getting pressed by Dwight McNeil, and he gets it taken off him by Dwight McNeil. Great defensive play by the winger, and he restores possession back for Burnley, and he's met with a round of applause from his manager, appreciating the defensive work. Ben Mee just about gets it away from Ronaldo into Tarkowski, heading forward to Westwood. Volleys it away, look towards Chris Wood. He's going to challenge Maguire. He wins it off Maguire, but he's got help from Shaw, who can poke it away. And he gets the return here, Shaw, as he drives forward aggressively. Great run from Luke Shaw. On the edge of the box, he decides to shoot as he strokes aside netted with the strike. What a run from Luke Shaw. Sometimes you need that from your fullback, just to take it upon themselves to drive the team forward. And from his own half, got beyond McNeil. Matt Lowton got nowhere near him. Tarkowski was backtracking, allowed him to shoot. And it was just curling wide of the post. That's positive play from Luke Shaw, who did get that famous goal in the Euros final, which unfortunately England did go on to lose on penalties. He's had 17 separate injuries, Luke Shaw, at Manchester United. Next couple of years have been a little bit more healthier in terms of injuries. Not had that many in recent years, but we will have to remember that leg break, I think 2015. Serious leg break. And some thought he may have had to retire, some doctors, but he's come back stronger. He's now a fantastic left back. Dip of form this year, but every player has a dip of form. It's just all about getting the confidence back up. As Matic sees a switch out to Greenwood. He picks it up despite it being just slightly behind him. And he brings Wan-Bissaka into play in the United half, in the Burnley half, as United attack. McTominay. Oh, tries to find McTominay there, Ronaldo, with another attempted 1-2 that this time just didn't come off for him. McNeil has to go back in the end to James Tarkowski. Other than missing the first 2 games of last season with a toe injury, he then went on and played all the minutes in the next 36. Such a forever present in this Burnley side, James Tarkowski, alongside the club captain Ben Mee. Tarkowski sees a ball out wide to the left. Can't be collected by Charlie Taylor. Can be dealt with here by Wan-Bissaka as he plays it into Matic in the 18-yard box for United. Can't work it out though as Goodmanson takes it away and then gets caught by Matic towards the corner flag, and it's a free kick one for Burnley. Matic causing his own problems here. Goodmanson just got ahead of Matic, then got clattered into by the Serbian. And a free kick in a dangerous area for Burnley. It's almost like a corner, but on a better angle. And they'll be able to send their taller players like Ben Mee and Tarkowski, who are aerial threats, alongside Chris Wood as well. Jack Cork's also got height on him, the number 4 for Burnley, formerly of Chelsea, many years ago. Right-footed in-swinger of Westwood's available, and then the out-swinging Dwight McNeil is also there. Be the in-swinging Westwood. It's a good ball in, met by Tarkowski. De Gea misses, headed away by Maguire to the edge of the box, which will be picked up by Matt Lowton, who has to go backwards to Charlie Taylor on the halfway, who goes out to McNeil on the left. Players have stayed forward for Burnley as Dwight McNeil sends it back in. Dangerous ball. Maguire can only flick all the way across to Goodmanson. Shifts it onto his left foot. Crosses it in himself. McTominay's there that time. Edge of the box to Westwood. Burnley still trying to attack. All their crosses have been unsuccessful so far. Westwood down the right-hand side. Dragton followed by Cavani. Back to Goodmanson. Clips a diagonal ball into the box. Wan-Bissaka heads away, not convincingly. Jack Cork can pick it up. And out to Aaron Lennon, who was on his day one of the most trickiest wings in the Premier League. He then works across himself, and that one's not going to find anyone in the white of Burnley, who are in their away strip tonight. Good thinking there by Aaron Lennon to try and clip it towards the far post, but he missed all of his intended targets, and United gain a goal kick. It'll be David De Gea to take the 3 clean sheets so far this season. 2 of them coming at home. 3 clean sheets, 2 of them coming away, 1 at home. The 2 away were at Wolves, where they scraped a 1-0 win, and at Norwich, where they also scraped a 1-0 win. And then they got a home draw as well against Crystal Palace, Rangnick's first Premier League game in charge. Ronaldo picks it up from Jack Cork, kicking it the wrong way. And it's now with McTominay, left to Sancho. Again, giving time to run in towards the box. Lays it off to Cavani, who's peeled out wide left. Back into Sancho. Pass across to McTominay, who's already got one. Gets it out to Greenwood. 1-on-1 with Charlie Taylor. Takes it on the right. Gets a low-driven cross in. Dealt with Ben Mee. And that'll be a corner for Manchester United on their right-hand side. Captain Mee doing what's needed to avoid any kind of early goal for United. They don't want to concede 2 in 24 minutes. Burnley, when they've actually had a decent start to the game themselves. They've got a corner kick to deal with, and it'll be an in-swinging cross from the left-back Luke Shaw. Teasing ball in, well dealt with by Hennessy. Cavani tries to get a shot off, blocked. Eric Bailly on the edge tries to shoot, falls to Cavani. Goes back to Shaw on the edge. A bit scrappy this. Matic on his left foot from afar. Tries to chip into the walls of the box when Hennessy comes to collect. And takes it away from the Uruguayan Cavani. Burnley have survived that slight scare where United nearly got a few chances there. Lowton. Oh, what a ball out to McNeil on the right in the final third. Early cross in. Bailly had to cover on Chris Wood. And that'll be a corner kick for Burnley. His Bailly's slightly tired there and he's catching his breath after having to attack at one corner and then defend from the counter-attack. Struggling there, Bailly seems to get back. It'll be a McNeil in-swinger for the corner. The man who gained the corner in the first place. They need to make the most of these set pieces, Burnley. Any kind of chance they can get, they need to take. Goes short to Westwood, then gets the return. McNeil hits it first time. Too much pace on it, right the way through for a goal kick for Manchester United. You can see what they try to do, get the better angle for the cross, but he hit it first time and just got onto it too quick. And hit it with too much power there. Dwight McNeil, who did make his Premier League debut back in 2018 at the age of 18 years and 5 months. He's been pretty much forever present, McNeil, in the last couple of seasons, making himself a stalwart at that left wing position for Burnley. But he just needs to improve on his goal scoring stats. 111 appearances in the Premier League now, 112 tonight. He's only got 7 goals. He'll definitely want to add more to that tally in the next few seasons as Matic picks it up as Lennon loses out up front for Burnley. Sancho, 1-2 with Shaw, and he bursts forward. Shaw, good first half so far for the former Southampton left back, but that ball's gone astray, but then he picks it back up for United on the left as Burnley can't keep it. Sancho's been set away in the box, tries to go onto his right foot and play it towards the far corner, and he slotted it at home. That is trademark Jadon Sancho, the man who started at Manchester City, took a detour trip to Germany, and he's returned back to England, to the red side of Manchester. He's had a slow start, but he's starting to pick up and score some goals, and that's a really well-taken finish, that. I didn't think it was going to go in. I didn't think he would have the room to cut in and get the shot away, but he proved me wrong, and he's found a goal. Shaw picked it back up on the left after a bit of a mismatch between Matt Lowton and Dwight McNeil on the right. He played it through to Jadon Sancho, cutting on the left. Again, allowed space to shoot by James Tarkowski. And as he cut in onto his right foot, keeping the ball very close to his feet, drills it right along the ground to the far corner, right bottom corner. I think it may have took a slight deflection off Ben Mee to help it on its way in. That might be an own goal. We'll have to see. Yeah, the cameras are on Ben Mee. I think this might be an own goal instead. Well worked from Sancho to get the goal, but I think it might have took a slight deflection off the toe of Ben Mee to help it into the back of the net. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, it's Manchester United 2, Burnley 0. And that's going to be going down as a Ben Mee own goal. Majority of the work done by Sancho, but the credit will go to the Burnley defender, the former Manchester City man, who's towed it into his own goal. Manchester United 2, Burnley 0, and with Burnley playing half decently defensively, they've just let United score way too easily. Now they've got a massive mountain to climb. But it is right to remember this is Rangnick's 5th game in charge of United, and it's their first game where they've scored more than 1 goal. Or their other games, they've only scored 1 against Young Boys, Palace, Norwich, Newcastle, and now 2 against Burnley. As Eric Bailly loses out to Chris Wood, helps it to Goodmanson down the line, finds Lennon, who I think's offside. He'll get the pull back anyway, headed away by Luke Shaw. And that's when the flag goes offside. Aaron Lennon going a bit too early. And Goodmanson seeing the run late. Placed down by De Gea, urging his team to push up a little bit. As we're just under half an hour in, 2-0 to Manchester United. 8th minute goal from McTominay and a 27th minute own goal from Ben Mee. Very unlucky own goal. Jadon Sancho did most of the work, but just took a slight nick to help it in. Because if that nick didn't happen, it probably would have hit the post or gone wide. Matt Lowton wins the header from the free kick, and then helped on by James Tarkowski. Wood looks to offer himself to keep the ball for Burnley, but he loses out, and McTominay can drive away in midfield. Oh, he shrugs off one Burnley player and then slots it through to Ronaldo. Working space for a shot, and he does eventually get the shot away in the box, but it's well blocked in the end, as Ronaldo, I think, is frustrated with himself. McTominay did fantastic to burst through, get away from Jack Cork, and then Goodmanson, as he put him to the ground, slotted it through to Ronaldo. Lovely ball in between the gap of Tarkowski and Lowton, but Lowton tracked Ronaldo and made sure he couldn't shoot without a person in the way. As the corner goes in, avoids Ronaldo and Maguire, and will swing all the way through for a goal kick for Burnley. That was close. Good delivery by Luke Shaw. Maguire was close, so was Cristiano Ronaldo, who got through 36 goals in 44 appearances for Juventus in the 2020-2021 season, and he also scored 5 goals in 4 in the Euros. So still hitting the numbers now. Ronaldo in the last couple of years with his 5 Ballon d'Ors. But it's his first time facing Burnley. Because like I said, Burnley's first Premier League season ever, that's when Ronaldo left for Real Madrid. So first ever appearance against Burnley for Cristiano Ronaldo. It's going well so far for his team, not quite as well individually. Yet to score in this game. As Burnley's getting a throw in the United half on the right hand side. Matt Lowton's going over to take it. Got the 1 goal last season, Matt Lowton, in the Premier League, and it was against Palace away, I think, in a 3-0 win. It was his first goal in 5 years. As Burnley have lost out, and United now have the ball with a throw of their own on the left-hand side. Number 23, Luke Shaw, who's had a good start to the game alongside Jadon Sancho on that left-hand side. So he throws it down the line towards Edinson Cavani, cut out by the head of James Tarkowski. The chance for a throw-in for United, taking quicker this time. 1-2 with Ronaldo and Shaw. Shaw inside towards McTominay, chests it down nicely, plays it in towards Ronaldo, loses that to Tarkowski. Played forward by Westwood, out wide by Wood to McNeil. Good play from Burnley. He keeps it in on the right as he enters the United half. Sees a switch on towards Goodmanson. Green was tracking back, but he can chest it down to the left back, Charlie Taylor. This is well played by Burnley. Goodmanson, met by Wan-Bissaka, gets it around him and crosses it. It's a dangerous one. McNeil goes for the header, wins against Luke Shaw. Bailly away, falls to Sancho. 1-2 with Cristiano Ronaldo as he links the play. It's now Greenwood. Has space to run into. He's going to cut inside towards the left-hand side, and he finds Cavani in a bit of space on the edge of the box. Slows it down and brings Luke Shaw into play as he gets forward from left back. Puts a crossing towards Ronaldo, headed away by Ben Mee. Shaw regains possession with a header against Aaron Lennon to Scott McTominay. Through to the gap to Greenwood. Poke to Wan-Bissaka, laid back into Greenwood. Shot from afar, good save by Wayne Hennessy. Spilled it a little bit, but then was able to catch it quickly, as no United player was following in. And he kicks out of his hands as he looks to get a counter-attack going for Burnley. Over the head of Maguire, who's let it bounce. Shocking defending. Chris Wood's in the box. Works a shot with the left. Lennon wanted the ball played through. Shot instead, it was blocked. But the basics of defending not done by Maguire again. You don't let it bounce in that situation. Sean Dyche is asking for punishment for Maguire, who was holding Chris Wood back. But that's just the basic defending by Maguire, not done. Let it bounce over him. Chris Wood pressured him, got through. But Bailly was the one who blocked the Chris Wood shot, who was off balance anyway on his weaker left foot, as Aaron Lennon was screaming for the ball to be played through. Maguire clips it out towards Greenwood. Does find the young winger. One-on-one with Matt Lowton on the left-hand side towards the corner flag. Falls back to Luke Shaw. Now Matic. Shaw. Tackled strongly by Dwight McNeil, who started every game so far this season. Dwight McNeil. Yeah, Maguire just getting a hold of Chris Wood's shirt. Has to be careful there. Shaw throws into Greenwood, who stayed on the left-hand side despite playing on the right today. Caught late there by Westwood, but play will continue. Oh, no, it won't. United will take the free kick instead on the halfway. Matic. McTominay. Great first half for him, with a goal as well to get himself on the score sheet. Matic drives forward. Sees a bit of space on the left for Luke Shaw. That's where the United space primarily is, but he finds Greenwood inside with a bit of room, and then he works a switch out to Sancho as the swap wings for the moment. Sancho lays it off to McTominay first time again! Same technique, great save by Wayne Hennessy, tapped in by Ronaldo. First appearance against Burnley, and he gets a goal. The trademark celebration's out. McTominay was close to getting his second in a similar fashion. It was a similar shot by McTominay as he hit it first time. Rattled the post after a Wayne Hennessy save, and it was the most simple of tap-ins for Cristiano Ronaldo. Sancho picked it up, saw McTominay on the edge of the box, walked onto it, hit it, and as it was flying towards the top right corner, it would have been a sublime goal. It was saved by Hennessy onto the post, and then no one was marking Ronaldo as he could easily tap it home from around 5 yards out. Right foot, lifts it towards the ball, guides it home. Manchester United are showing what they can do under Ralph Rangnick. Manchester United 3, Burnley 0, and it's Ronaldo with the goal. The checking for offside, if he was offside when the McTominay shot was hit, but I am 100% sure he wasn't. And it'll be Manchester United 3, Burnley 0. I know they haven't had a game in 18 days, and to be fair, Burnley haven't been that, bad. They create chances of their own. It's just defensively, Burnley just haven't been good enough. Allowing shots from the edge of the box, and one went straight in from McTominay. The other one from him was superbly saved by Wayne Hennessy onto the post, and then Ronaldo tapped in after being left unmarked, which you can't really do with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring his 8th goal in the Premier League, 14th in all competitions. Taylor crossing from left back, blocked off by Bailly. Greenwood tries to bring it down, but he's dispossessed by Goodmanson. Taylor touches it towards the byline, can be seen out by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and it's a goal kick for Manchester United as they are well in control of this game, which is great to see. Sancho waited patiently for an option, then saw McTominay striding forward and he saw him available. Played it towards him as he could just run onto it and hit it first time cleanly. Again, great save by Hennessy, but then Ronaldo with an easy tap in. De Gea with the goal kick, out towards Greenwood on the right, header won by Charlie Taylor, held back forward by Wan-Bissaka, blocked off by the head of Charlie Taylor. It's now Jack Cork in the midfield. Sees a ball through towards Chris Wood, loses out to Eric Bailly, but then Aaron Lennon picks it back up, gets beyond Matic, 1-on-1 with Maguire, in the box, right foot, oh, what a goal! Aaron Lennon, one back for Burnley, and he's finally scored against Manchester United. In his 28th appearance against the Red Devils, Aaron Lennon has finally scored. 28th time lucky for the tiny little winger. Nippy movement. Maguire didn't close him down quick enough, allowed him to shoot. And to that far left corner, Lennon's guided it home beyond Maguire and De Gea. Great strike, pinpoint accuracy. De Gea tried but couldn't quite stretch his arm out enough to tip it behind the post. Great strike, great goal. Great moment for Aaron Lennon, who's got a pretty torrid record against Manchester United. But that's his first goal in the game, in the season, and against Manchester United. Quick turnaround. Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. Great goal, Aaron Lennon. Into the team as the 34-year-old. There's a short back pass towards Wayne Hennessy. Ronaldo can get towards it. Big slide challenge by the keeper, and he can clear it away. Looks like there might be more goals than just these 4 in this game, and we've not even played 40 minutes. What a moment for Aaron Lennon, finally getting a goal against Manchester United. Like I said, first goal of the season, second start in the Premier League. First one since Gameweek 7, which was against Norwich at home. And if Burnley could maybe get the momentum to strike again before half-time, 3-2, it's a bit more of an edgy game for Rangnick and Manchester United. Because Mr. Chris Wood is looking for his 50th Burnley Premier League goal. He's currently on 51 in his whole Premier League career. But 49 of it is for Burnley, so he would like a goal tonight. Ben Mee heads away from a United clearance, all as far as Mason Greenwood. It's now McTominay, who's been such a cause of the goals tonight, getting one himself and then nearly getting a second. Sees a ball across towards Luke Shaw. Gets there and beats McNeil to it. He tried to get it off him. Sancho through to Shaw, who has the pace to get there ahead of Matt Lowton. But his cross is superbly blocked with the slide challenge by the right back on his 150th Burnley Premier League appearance. And he concedes the corner. It's the last thing Burnley can do now. Concede another before half-time. If they can keep it to 2 goals difference, who knows in the second half. Anything can happen in Premier League football. And then 2019-2020 season, Burnley did come here and win 2-0. But then Manchester United did do the league double over Burnley last season, home and away. 1-0 away turf more than 3-1 at Old Trafford. United yet to score a set-piece goal so far this season. They have a chance to do it now. 4.5 minutes till half-time. Greenwood, outswinging ball, headed away at the near post. Falls to Luke Shaw, who recycles back out to Greenwood. Will he work it onto his left foot? He will. He go towards the byline. Clip across in towards the far post where Ronaldo rises over the bar. Couldn't direct it on target. The 36-year-old, 6'2" Portuguese striker. Got way above Ben Mee there. Superbly done by Ronaldo, showing his athleticism and how he's still in his prime setting in front of the Old Trafford faithful. Goal kick play to Matt Lowton at right back. Allowed to come forward and play a long ball up towards Chris Wood. Everybody wins the header. Can be won in the midfield by Jack Cork, who's untouched. No one even goes towards him when he received the ball. Now Ben Mee across to Burnley. And that's James Tarkowski. What would happen if Burnley could get a second here before half-time? Put the real spanner in the works, which seemed to be a good United first half, but tables could be turning. Charlie Taylor left back, getting forward into the United half. Back to Ben Mee by the impressive Jadon Sancho. Tarkowski on halfway. All United plays back defending to try and preserve this 2-goal lead. Westwood out to Lennon, who I think's had a fantastic half even without the goal. He's been good. Matt Lowton, cross, blocked by Luke Shaw. Corner kick for Burnley. This could get dangerous. This could get interesting. Matt Lowton has been pretty decent down the right-hand side. This is causing a threat getting forward with the crosses. Corner kick for Burnley. In swinging ball from Dwight McNeil. Height on it towards the far post. Maguire wins the header convincingly. As far as Matt Lowton on the edge helps to back him with the header. Cavani pushed to the ground as he heads it. Foul. Free kick for Manchester United on the edge of the box. And they survive the slight corner scare. 2 minutes till we find out additional time. De Gea with the free kick up towards Ronaldo. Doesn't win the header on Tarkowski. Cork, Westwood, former Aston Villa man, before joining Burnley. Looks for a ball around the corner in behind. I think Wood went one way, the ball went the other. Lost in translation. And United can have the ball back with David De Gea. Long ball forward, up towards Sancho. Tarkowski again with the winning header, and so does Lennon with a flick on towards Chris Wood. Chase it down on Maguire. Gets it back to David De Gea. Clips the ball to Greenwood on the right. Chested touch. Plays it back to Wan-Bissaka in the United half. Up towards Cavani. Brought down by Westwood. But Cavani wins it back. And McTominay can take over. United are on the attack again. Left-hand side. Cristiano Ronaldo. Plays the overlap of Luke Shaw, who pulls it across. Well blocked off by Tarkowski and can be volleyed away by Matt Lowton. Up towards Chris Wood. Won by Eric Bailly. McTominay, surrounded by Burnley players. And he's pulled back in the end by Jack Cork. And that'll be a United free kick. Dangerous position for the free kick. No chance to shoot very far out, but it can be put into the box for a cross, and Luke Shaw does that towards Matic. Loses out on Ben Mee. Maguire just pokes it back to Sancho to keep it alive in an attacking area for Manchester United. Maguire, right wing. Oh, goes for the cross. Blocked by Charlie Taylor. Falls back to Maguire. Finds Matic. Wan-Bissaka inside to Sancho. Well played from Manchester United. Looks to get beyond Charlie Taylor. Gets to Wan-Bissaka. Finds the return. Sancho. Maguire. Switched ball up towards Greenwood. Brings it down towards the byline. And keeps it in. Tackled strongly by Matt Lowton. I think that'll be a throw-in for Manchester United. 2 minutes were added on. We've played 40 seconds of the first minute. Well, it's a corner. Kicked out for a corner by Matt Lowton. I apologise. In outswinger. Greenwood header won by Ben Mee. Sure. Into Greenwood on the left. Allowed space to run into the box. Chop onto his right foot and tried to hit it. It's a bit too quickly. Doesn't catch the shot correctly. Goes towards the near post. Well wide. Easy for Burnley to deal with in the end. Wayne Hennessy with that goal kick up into the Manchester sky. Chris Wood will chase, demanding header by Maguire. Held back forward by Charlie Taylor. Wan-Bissaka and Goodmanson again battling aerially. Not the first time in this game. Ball eventually does fall to Ronaldo in the United half. Kicks it off Jack Cork, who battles with Matic. And the Serbian wins in the end. So we're about to hit half time. Out wide to Luke Shaw. We've hit the 2 minutes of added on time. Luke Shaw's first clearance blocked. The second one goes down the left channel, and that is when Jonathan Moss blows for the half-time whistle. Plenty of goals at Old Trafford, with Ralph Rangnick's team finally scoring more than once in a game under his tenure. And the goal scoring started with Scott McTominay on the 8th minute. Ronaldo tried to get a touch over to his left foot to strike himself, but the touch was too heavy, and it ended up falling invitingly for McTominay to get onto it and hit it. And hit it he did, right into the bottom corner. Fantastic goal by Scott McTominay. Then between then and their second, Burnley had half chances, so did Manchester United. But it was Ben Mee who scored the second for United with an own goal. Sancho working well on the left, cutting on his right, getting a shot away to the far post, took a nick off the toe of Ben Mee to help it in, and to make it 2-0 to Manchester United. Ronaldo at 0-0 had a big chance. He plays that one over the bar, but he couldn't miss from 5 yards out with an open goal. McTominay got onto a Sancho pass, hit first time towards the top bins. Great save by Wayne Hennessy onto the post. Fell to an unmarked Ronaldo. And like I said, despite missing a chance in the first half, in about the 5th minute, he couldn't miss that one. Open goal 10 minutes before half time. And then, bit of a shock, Aaron Lennon got on the score sheet for Burnley to cut the deficit to just 2. Fed through down the right. Harry Maguire allowed him to shoot. Got beyond the leg of Maguire and the glove of De Gea towards the far left corner. And he put it in for 3-1 to give Burnley a little bit of a lifeline. Aaron Lennon scoring his first goal against United in now 28 appearances. Only took him 28 games to score against United, but he's finally got his chance. Burnley haven't been too bad. They haven't been great. Defensively, they've let themselves down. Attacking, they've been okay, created some half chances. But like I said, defensively, they let themselves down. Let Ronaldo have too many chances and co. And that's why they trail 3-1. 12 shots for United, 6 for Burnley. You expect that, though. You expect United to be more dominant. But don't let the stats fool you. Burnley haven't been too dreadful. But like I said, defensively, they just really let themselves down. And that's why they are 3-1 down. Half time it is. If you're new, please like and subscribe. We've done 3 commentaries in 4 days, which is pretty impressive. Despite all the notes I do to prepare for these games, they're not just me watching the game. I prepare loads of notes, take hours on them, so that's why I don't do them too often. But while I've been off, I've racked some up. And I don't think I'll be doing one now for a little while, unless I do an FA Cup one next week. I think it'll be a week or so now until the next one. In the FA Cup, I don't know which game I'll do in the FA Cup, but I'll figure it out close to time next week if I do an FA Cup game. But there won't be another Premier League commentary now for a good few weeks because we've got next week the FA Cup, and then the Premier League returns again the week after that. Like I said, if you are new, please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications as well. Follow the Instagram. The name of that's in the description. I think it's football_commentaries. Bit of half time at the break. Great goal from McTominay for the first one. Jadon Sancho will feel hard done by for the second. That it won't be his goal, but it did come off Ben Mee to divert it into that far corner. Fine margins football. Unfortunately for him, it means it's not his goal. I always forget to turn my lighting on. I hate having the lighting on. I always forget. Please, thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed so far in the stream. But it's a weird one, that. Because watching the game, I don't feel like Burnley have been that bad attacking. In the midfield, they've lost a few battles leading to goals. But they've not been too... They've got it out wide well. They've got a good amount of crosses in. Chris Wood's had a few good chances early on in the half with a header over the bar and then a shot towards the far corner, which just went wide. It would have been a terrific goal if it had gone in. Yeah, just defensively, they're just not being strong enough, unfortunately, which is something that Burnley are usually known for. Their defensive powers, with James Tarkowski and Ben Mee being the heart of that. But when you're not careful, these places are dangerous to come to. You can see a lot of goals in the end, especially when you come to Manchester United with a team that have a point to prove, not to their manager, not to anyone in the club, but just to their fans. They've got a point to prove, and scoring 3 goals in the first half was good, but let themselves down with the third goal. Really did. With the first goal they conceded, shouldn't have happened really. Maguire with poor defending for the third goal. We'll have a look at it in a minute when it gets shown again. Yeah, I just want to see that second goal again, like I say. First goal for Burnley, because I just think Maguire just needs to get called out a little bit more, because he's just not a very good defender, in my opinion, Maguire. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying that because he was bought for 80 million. I just don't think he's a very good defender, really. But, we all have our opinions. Ronaldo's goal, switched by Greenwood, beautiful ball. Sancho went inside, saw McTominay lurking on the edge, played it to him first time. Ronaldo's on side as the ball was hit. Great save by Hennessy onto the post. Maguire, Ronaldo there to tap home. I nearly said Maguire then because we were about to see Maguire's faults for the Burnley goal. There we go, Ronaldo. Easy as you like to get his 92nd Premier League goal. Come on, show us the Burnley goal. We'll see Maguire fail to defend again. Because he nearly let Chris Wood through as well, moments before. Let's have a look. Bailly with a heavy touch. Lennon got onto it, got beyond Matic. Maguire just not closing the shot down. Just go towards him. Why are you backtracking so much? Backtrack so much that he gets Lennon an angle to get a shot off. Like I said, beyond Maguire. Pin perfect shot, really is. Right into the side netting of the corner to really keep it out of reach from David De Gea. And, it gives Burnley a slight lifeline. I'm not going to say they're going to come back now and draw 3-3, but if they get an early second half goal, 3-2, then it's all up for, grabs for Burnley. They haven't played in 18 days. They know they're not going to come here and win. So they've got nothing to lose, especially near the end of the game. If it's still 3-1, if they could get one goal and then search for another late on. But the second half will be getting underway in a few minutes' time. Confused then because it kicks off at 8:15, doesn't it? This one, it's just usually used to like 8 o'clock kickoffs or 7:45, not 8:15. But like I said, can we get a little bit of an upset tonight? I love that. I really would. Chris Wood scoring, get his 50th Burnley Premier League goal. I don't know what, bend me from the back or a Tarkovsky power header last minute. Or I'd even take a bit of a United whitewash here, a few more goals, maybe a 5-6-1 win. Because you've got to be neutral. I say neutral. I'm not a Burnley fan, but I would like Burnley to win. I think it would be quite funny. Just to see the meltdown on Manchester United Twitter. Like I hope you appreciate the work put into these 3 commentaries in 4 days. It's been pretty tough work, I must admit. Like I say, I'll show you again. I don't just sit here and commentate on these games. I do prep for them. I do work, hours of work for everyone. That's why it's hard to do 3 and 4 days. But I've been able to do it because I'm off. But yep, there you go, head-to-head sheet there. Don't know if it'll focus. But you get the gist, it's all there. Don't think it really needs to focus. That as well, that's United. All the notes for all the players. And I even do the notes for the people who might not be playing. But you never know. Because the amount of times I get to kick off, I see the lineup and I've not written notes about someone. So there's a sheet as well. It says not in matchday squad. So you got Heaton, Lindelof, Jones, Pogba, Mata, Fernandes, who I thought was playing. I didn't know he had a yellow card suspension. And then here's Burnley as well. Bit easier Burnley because they've got quite a few players out injured, but still a full sheet there. So yeah, to do 3 and 4 days is pretty impressive. I'm happy about it. That's why you only see me usually do like 1 a week when I'm in college, or 1 every 2-3 weeks, because it's time consuming. It does take time. second half just a minute away now, just getting through the adverts. The seats start to fill up again in Old Trafford. Come on. Second half underway soon. Oh, the timer's kept going. No one told me. Look at it. We're nearly at an hour. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn it off. Easy mistake. As the Burnley players are going to be the first out from the changing room there. Don't think it would have been too harsh from Sean Dyche. Like I said, attacking, they've been pretty decent. Created a few chances. Took one of them. But unfortunately, the other end defensively just not being good enough tonight. Apparently now is a 0.8 chance of Burnley winning this game, a 3.8% chance of a draw, and then a 95.4% chance of a Manchester United win, which you would expect at home to Burnley when being 3-1 up at home. I've got firepower on the bench as well. We're going to come on, United, for the second half. Like I said, I was about to say, they've got firepower on the bench, United. Obviously, Rashford on the bench, Jesse Lingard, Donnie Van Der Beek, who's just dying to get some minutes. Had 6 substitute appearances before Newcastle when he didn't even get any minutes in that game. So, not really getting any starts, Donnie Van Der Beek, and it must be frustrating for the Dutchman who had such a promising 2019 and 2018 as well with Ajax and getting his move to Manchester United, but he's not had a Dutch call-up now since March of 2021, missed out on the Euros. So it'll be very frustrating for Donnie Van Der Beek, who we hopefully could see in this second half, as here comes Sean Dyche charging down the sideline to get back to his technical area. This would be, if they were to do a miraculous comeback and win, this would be Sean Dyche's 150th Burnley win as manager, his 70th in the Premier League, but looks like it'll be loss number 151 instead for the 50-year-old former centre-back. So it'll be Manchester United kicking from left to right, Burnley right to left. Burnley will be to kick off with Aaron Lennon, the number 17. Oh no, he'll leave it to central midfielder Ashley Westwood as we kick off. Back to Tarkowski. Over to centre-back partner Ben Mee. We're underway. No usual diag taken by Burnley. Oh, they'll do it now with Tarkowski. Aims out wide left towards Charlie Taylor. Headed in the air by Wan-Bissaka. Headed back forward by Taylor. Won by McTominay. Hooked away as far as Jack Cork. Goodmanson tries to turn. Tackled by Wan-Bissaka. And it'll be a throw for Manchester United as it came off the Burnley winger last. He throws it back to Eric Bailly in the 18-yard box for United. Turns Chris Wood very nicely, calmly, composed by Bailly. And clip forward, not finding Edinson Cavani, finding Ben Mee. And Vragnik, late, coming out for the second half. As I need to do the timer. Luke Shaw picks it up just on the halfway, but then they lose out again, Manchester United. It's now Westwood into Jack Cork, the two central midfielders for Burnley, linking up together. It's now Ben Mee in the United half. Not got many options. as he switches it out to Lowton. Westwood. Number 18 for Burnley. Was number 15 when he was at Aston Villa. Ashley Westwood from 2012 to 2017, so he spent a good chunk of his career at the Villa, now at Burnley for the last 4 years, coming up to 5 in the summer. Or maybe in January. I think he was signed actually January of 2017. I want to say Ashley Westwood to Burnley. Charlie Taylor flicks over the head of Greenwood to keep possession. As Burnley, the team on the ball in the opening stages of the second half, as they are the team who need to attack United and get some goals. Westwood. Clip wide left. Finds Charlie Taylor, who's got forward. Loses that to Wan-Bissaka. His pass isn't heavy enough. Greenwood inside to McTominay. To drive forward. Invites the challenge from Lennon, but it keeps it away from the goal scorer for Burnley tonight. He's back with Manchester United. No Bruno, no problem for Manchester United so far. The Portuguese creative midfielder missing out due to a yellow card suspension, picking up 5 yellow cards in the Premier League. McTominay. To Matic. Sancho. Leaving it short for Shaw. McNeil gets in there. Kicks it out for a throw for Manchester United on the halfway. Thrown back to club captain Harry Maguire. Got the 1 goal in the Euros quarter-final. Ukraine in Rome. Could have played for the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, with family relatives from both countries, but he decided with England, his country of birth. It's Greenwood, swings in a ball, and it's a header by Ronaldo. I think he was trying to flick it, but instead he got a full forehead on the ball and headed it quite far wide for United in the end. Good ball from Greenwood on the right-hand side, getting onto his left, finding a cross, everyone on side, but Ronaldo completely miscued his header. And he's disappointed with himself. Cristiano Ronaldo. His first stint with Manchester United was from 2003 to 2009 before shipping himself off to Real Madrid and travelled to Turin for a couple of years at Juventus, then found his way back home to Manchester United. As Wood fouls McTominay as they both aerially challenge one another. Eric Bailly's been the one left to take it. About halfway inside the Manchester United half. Goes out to Wan-Bissaka at right back. Much improved performances from Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw at full back. After being dropped for the last 4 games. Header only goes as far as Scott McTominay, who works it to Luke Shaw at left back on the halfway. Finds Harry Maguire. Hesitant on the ball, but spins and finds Matic through the lines now. Here we go. Luke Shaw bursting forward across to Ronaldo. Dummies it to Cavani, who tries to dummy himself, but then gets it to Mason Greenwood. Strong save by Wayne Hennessy. Falls to the byline to Luke Shaw, who will let it bounce out for a corner. Nearly a fourth there. A ball across to Ronaldo. He dummied it. Cavani tried to dummy it himself, but he actually got caught on his back leg. So did in the end up poking it into the path of Mason Greenwood, who got a left-footed shot away. An easy expected save in the end for Wayne Hennessy, but started to get there. Shaw. Outswinger. Met at the near post by Johan Berg Gudmundsson. Sancho. Placed in the box for United as they work it back out to the original taker, Luke Shaw. Across to Matic, where Green was in a lot of room on the right. And they find him. Across he goes to Shaw again. Patient play from Manchester United. Sancho, one-on-one with Gudmundsson. Onto his right foot, cross. Head away by Tarkowski, all as far as Cavani. Plays it through towards Sancho, cut out by Matt Lowton. And Burnley can try and counter with a ball down the chance. Chris Wood. They're in here down the right. Aaron Lennon's in support. He's got Jack Cork as well. It goes back to Westwood in the end. As Burnley push forward. With McNeil, and they're a bit too slow, and United are now back in formation as A switch for Burnley. Goes out. What a ball. Charlie Taylor keeps it in momentarily. And his touch can't quite avoid the touchline. Wan-Bissaka into McTominay. Pressured by Aaron Lennon. Tackled by Aaron Lennon, but the ball does fall to Wan-Bissaka, fortunately for McTominay, who was caught out there by Aaron Lennon. It's in the United half with Luke Shaw across to Matic. Maguire, who interestingly, despite not being great on the ball, seems like he's always panicking. From the age of 7 to 16, he was a central midfielder. Harry Maguire before making the move to centre-back. Ben Mee clears for Burnley. Throwing for Manchester United in the Burnley half. But yeah, I thought that was interesting when I found that out. Formerly a midfielder, Harry Maguire. One of the most unnatural football players on the ball I've ever seen. But he does find a decent switch, but he's cut out by Charlie Taylor in the end. Now Wan-Bissaka, forced back to Eric Bailly. First time ball down the right channel to Cavani, who will chase against Ben Mee. Ben Mee will get there first, and Cavani has to settle for the throw-in. Did get one goal in the fixture here at Old Trafford against Burnley last season. 3-1 win it was. He got one of the goals. And Mason Greenwood got the other two. That was the game where the official and the first bit of news of the Super League came out, if you remember correctly. That's when it was first getting announced during the Burnley game at Old Trafford against Manchester United, where Gary Neville had a little bit of a rant, and rightly so. Obviously, it was discussing what they were trying to do. Is Wan-Bissaka nearly drives into trouble. He's been forced all the way back to the edge of his box. And then back to David De Gea, who clears up the field for Manchester United. Towards Cavani, can't win the header on Mee. McTominay, though. Now to Luke Shaw. Sancho. 1-2 with Shaw, too short. McNeil picks it up. Dragged down by Luke Shaw. They can clear in then by Matt Lowton, but they'll go back for the free kick on the edge of the Burnley box. Rangnick will be much happier with his performance. Was once a defensive midfielder in his playing days. Did get to a Champions League semi-final with Schalke in the 2010-2011 season, but was beaten by Manchester United and Alex Ferguson. 2-0 at home in the first leg and then 4-1 at Old Trafford. Those games were played between April and May in 2011. Wayne Hennessy with a free kick up towards Chris Wood and the edge of the United box. Header won by Maguire. Falls to McTominay. Jadon Sancho can't get on the pass. Lowton to Goodmanson. Lowton again. Back to Goodmanson. Puts onto his strong left foot. Cross into the box towards Wood. Does fall to Cork on the edge. Looks for a shot at Bailly with the block, but there was a flag up, I think, on Chris Wood as the Goodmanson cross came in. Like I said, one more goal for Burnley, and the game changes, and the momentum changes, and the mentality changes. It's very important, the next goal in this game, because it's either 4-1 or 3-2. Big difference. De Gea. Cavani can't win the header on Ben Mee. Ben Mee can only guide it away from Manchester United throw-in. This is going to be a change for Burnley. Dale Stephens is the man going to be coming on, the central midfielder. Signed from Brighton last summer on a free. Greenwood with a foul for United against a Burnley man. Wayne Hennessy comes forward to take. Punted ball forward into the Man United box, headed on by Chris Wood. Maguire didn't win it. Straight into the hands, thankfully, for Maguire of David De Gea. First time in the squad this year for Dale Stephens. First minute. First time in the squad, and he's getting on the pitch. Here he comes, Dale Stephens, first minutes of the Premier League season. Did feature a couple of times for the under-23s in the Premier League 2. The league for the under-23s. Luke Shaw volleys it over towards Greenwood on the right. Charlie Taylor deals with it first hand, but only as far as Wan-Bissaka. Inside to Greenwood. Switches on again and looks for Sancho. Matt Lowton deals with it first time, but not second. Sancho back to Shaw. As they're yet to make the change at Burnley for Dale Stephens to come on. Gudmundsson intercepts a Matic ball. Stops the rhythm of play for United, but then he's only kicked out for a throw-in for Manchester United as Burnley couldn't keep it. Jack Cook, number 4, is off for Burnley. Only has 3 full 90s in the Premier League this season. Jack Cook won't be getting his 4th. Stephens comes on. Thrown down the line to Ronaldo. Pressured by Ben Mee. Back heels it inside. Can't find either Cavani or Sancho. Gudmundsson. Up towards Chris Wood. Bullied off the ball by Harry Maguire. And United have it in possession again. Matt Lowton clears for Burnley. Up towards Maguire. Over half an hour to go. Matic has it after a failed Burnley clearance. Towards Cavani, can't poke it into the path of McTominay. And McNeil looks to stride forward for Burnley to make up yards to try and get him forward. Through to Charlie Taylor, who's got a bit of room on the Burnley left. Cross in, volleyed away by Maguire. Greenwood, header inside, picked up by Stephens. He wins it on the left, then loses out to Wan-Bissaka. He then gets it forward to Matic, and the pressure can be relieved for United. Wan-Bissaka. McTominay. Tackled strongly by Stephens. It would be Eric Bailly to recover it, despite pressure from Lennon. Deflection off Aaron Lennon for a throw-in for Manchester United. Greenwood, bullied by 3 Burnley players, but it eventually does drop to McTominay. Works it left to Sancho. We know this has been a deadly duo as he works it to his partner in crime, Shaw. Lifted ball in, headed away by Ben Mee to the edge to McNeil. Burnley need to try and create something if they can. Westwood, out to Lowton in the Burnley half. Dale Stephens, first appearance of the season for him. Gets it into Aaron Lennon. Now to Charlie Taylor. They push up the pitch. Work it towards McNeil. Poor ball. Bailly can pick it up and clear. And to Cavani, who heads it down into Greenwood. Great header from Cavani to keep it for Man United and not give it back to Burnley. Matic to Bailly. Out to Wan-Bissaka. No changes yet for Man United. Maybe not needed. The only attacking reinforcement Burnley have who they can bring on is Matej Vedra. Over the 2 starts of the season, that was against Leicester and Newcastle. Out to McNeil, the Manchester United fan. Finds a ball into Aaron Lennon, who's already got one tonight. Enters the box on the left, goes around the long way of Eric Bailly. Tackled by the Ivorian. And that'll be a corner kick for Burnley. Actually, Westwood will go and say this could be a big moment in the game. An in-swinging corner that United have to defend to keep their 2-goal lead. Here we go. Ball in towards the near post, goes all the way through, then cleared at the far post by Wan-Bissaka, and it can set away Greenwood for a counter. See Sancho in behind, perfectly weighted ball. McNeil's trying to chase him down on the right, cuts onto his left. Plays it into the overlapping Ronaldo. Just about gets it to him. He has to hold it up, though. Eventually, his Burnley get men back. McTominay! Oh, what a save, Wayne Hennessy. Like the first half, McTominay had a shot. Hennessy saved onto the post, and Ronaldo scored. This time, McTominay's shot, again, similar technique. That's 3 times now he's been given the ball and hit it first time towards that near corner. But this one, instead of being saved onto the post, it's been saved over the bar. Great fingertip save by the 34-year-old Welshman keeper. What a save. McTominay denied of a hat-trick tonight. And it could have been a hat-trick of pretty much carbon copy goals. Luke Shaw in swinger. Again, doesn't beat the first man. Done that a few times today. Burnley try and get away with Westwood. One back by Eric Bailly. Forced to goalkeeper David De Gea. Last season, only got 2 appearances in the last 12 Premier League games. He was seen to be second choice, but how things change now. 2 clean sheets in his last 3 against Burnley, and now be 2 clean sheets in his last 4 after failing to keep one today. Rafa Varane will be coming on. Down the corridor of absolutely no one. Throwing from Burnley in towards their corner flag in their left back area. They want to make the change now. As Bailly goes down, it's defensive, and it's a injury woe for Manchester United. As Bailly's gone down and stayed down, it's a bit of cramp, I think. Bailly's back on his feet, but Varane's getting on, so I don't know if that is for Bailly. I think it will be. Yeah, Bailly's come off for number 19, Rafa Varane, who did make the error leading to the Newcastle goal on Monday. But he's getting some needed minutes, Varane, who's only got 2 appearances in his last 10. One against Spurs a month or so ago, and then the one against Newcastle. Been struggling with an injury this season so far, Varane, groin and hamstring issues. Greenwood, ball over the top, looking for Luke Shaw in the box, cut out by James Tarkowski. The long ball up towards Wood. First header one for Rafa Varane. McTominay swarmed by Burnley players, and Aaron Lennon takes it off him. He's got McNeil on the left. Uses him, looks for a cross, blocked by Wan-Bissaka, corner for Burnley. They need to try and make most of these corners, or at least get one to go into the back of the net. Sorry, me just typing on my computer. I've just got to try and sort something out. I do apologise. Nearly done now. The in-swinger goes in. Ashley Westwood, far post. The header is won by a Burnley man. It's Ben Mee. But it goes over the bar. Big chance. Big chance. Back off Burnley, Wayne Hennessy. Unconvincing clearance, but Dale Stevens can hook it out wide right to Westwood. Searches for Goodmanson down the line. Header won by Maguire to intercept. Matic doesn't run out of room on the pitch, but does lose out as he tries to get it back on into a dangerous area for United. Chris Wood heads it out wide to Westwood. Lowton. Tarkovsky. Into Matt Lowton again. Halfway to Dale Stevens. Sees a ball towards the left to Aaron Lennon. Picks him out. Finds him. McNeil. Now to Charlie Taylor. To try and spread the pitch here. Burnley. McNeil gets away from McTominay. On the left. Can he work a shot? Getting towards the byline. Does work a cross. But by Wan-Bissaka falls to Greenwood. He's back doing his defensive work. And gets away there from Aaron Lennon. And he's fouled on the edge of the box. Rightly given by Jonathan Moss. That's a free kick for Man United. Sean Dyche is furious. Was a foul by Aaron Lennon, just a little bit late there. There we go, done. Sorry about that. Had to get that sorted. Luke Shaw inside to Ronaldo. Bit of a wayward pass and Chris Wood could pick it up against Matic. He has to hold it up to allow Burnley players to join the attack. It's now McNeil. Charlie Taylor getting forward from left back. Finds him. Crosses. Header away. Cavani. Chest down to McTominay. Gets it wide left to Ronaldo. Good pass that from McTominay. And United can get a counter-attack of their own. Ronaldo shifts it out to Sancho on the left. They need to try and make the most of this. Cavani's in there. Ronaldo's joined the box. Sancho cross towards Ronaldo. Heads it down to Cavani. Great save. Hennessy again. But Cavani was offside. Brave goalkeeping by Wayne Hennessy. I think he got it in the throat. But as Ronaldo nodded it down towards Cavani, I'm pretty sure he was offside. Or was he? Would have been close, that's for sure, with Ben Mee. Yeah, right in the face there, Wayne Hennessy, on the left cheek. He got the ball smacked into him by Cavani from close range. So good save if it may have been onside. If VAR checked it, if it'd gone him. Stevens. Lifts it over to McNeil. Taylor on halfway. Aaron Lennon up front. Cut out by Wan-Bissaka. Brings in McTominay, who I think's been an engine in that Manchester United midfield tonight. And gets a deserved goal, which put them 1-0 up in 8 minutes. He's had multiple chances to get another, but some good saves from Wayne Hennessy stopped that. As Westwood was getting away there, but his plays had to be stopped as Greenwood was just caught there with a bit of a head injury. Just a bit of a sore one to take. No goals yet in the second half. It's still 3-1. Burnley really need the next goal if there is one. Looks like a little bit too much, too late for Burnley. Asking a lot of themselves. So they want to get anything from this game in terms of a point. I don't think 3 was ever really in the talking, even after they got behind 1-0 straight away. I think they knew they weren't coming here for 3 points. A point would have been enough. They are still 1 point above 19th and 20th Norwich and Newcastle. And they have 4 games in hand on both of those teams as well. But in terms of teams above them, I know they have quite a few games in hand on them, about 3 now, with this game being played. But like I said, it's all about points on the board, not games in hand. Those games in hand, they need to try and gain some points if possible. Ben Mee, as we're back underway. Greenwood is allowed back on. It's going to be okay to continue. Westwood. Goodmanson. Westwood. First time ball. Lennon will give chase. Maguire has to deal with it, but Lennon gets there first in the box, far right, against Varane. Pulls it back. Maguire does cut it out, and then Varane can clear. Good defending between the 2 centre-halves, but then there's an offside anyway, earlier on in the move. The ball in behind by Westwood, which Lennon got on the end of. He's just straight offside. Nothing came of the attack, though, in the end for Burnley, as they're going to make a change with their only attacking reinforcement they've got due to COVID. Jay Rodriguez is out. He would usually be there. It's going to be Matej Vydra, the Czech striker. Like I said, 1 goal so far this season. That was away at Stamford Bridge for a 1-1 draw. He'll replace number 17, Aaron Lennon, the goal scorer. 34 years of age now, so won't be able to last 90 minutes doing the job he's done today, running around, looking for pockets of space. Really good performance by Aaron Lennon. Got his goal, his first goal against Manchester United in his 28th appearance against them. So what will Matej Vydra bring now for Burnley? Could he bring a goal? Get them back in this game well and truly? But Aaron Lennon can definitely hold his head up high after spending last season at Kayserispor in Turkey. Bad pronunciation from me. I need to try and learn the Turkish teams. Kayserispor. There we go. He was sold to them on a free by Burnley, and then Burnley's took him back again on a year contract, seeing that he's still got something left in him. The older winger, now at the age of 34, only scoring his 2nd Burnley goal. Cavani stay down after a aerial challenge with Ben Mee. Cavani not looking as sharp after that little bang to the head. Edinson Cavani, an enjoyer of ballet dancing, if you're interested. I know you learn something new every day. His South American roots bring in the ballet dancing enjoyment to his life, as he's been forced off the pitch, as he's brought the medical staff on. Cavani's not happy that he's had to come off, giving some words to someone. He's not happy with someone giving him something from the sidelines. Yeah, I think someone from the Burnley. Oh, he's not happy here, Cavani. I think Sean Dyche giving him a few words. You don't mind that. Dyche versus Cavani. But we're back underway. Halfway line with Burnley. Dale Stevens gets it across to Westwood and then into Goodmanson and out wide to Lowton. Well worked this by Burnley, but they need to try and get a shot on goal. Westwood. Cavani's back on now. Mee. Taylor. Back into Mee. 15 minutes plus any added on time for Burnley to save themselves in this game at Old Trafford in game week 20 of the Premier League, a final Premier League game of the season. Playing in a ground which was opened in February of 1910. Historic ground, Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams, but unfortunately for Burnley, it's only nightmares so far tonight. Charlie Taylor throwing down the line. Chris Wood against Wan-Bissaka. It's Dale Stevens who comes out of it in the end. Then Goodmanson blocked, but no foul given by John Moss. And it's now Maguire who sends it out wide to Jadon Sancho. Cristiano Ronaldo on the left. Rolling back the years with a run down the left-hand side. McTominay on the edge, then back out to Jadon Sancho. I think he's had a great game, McTominay, tonight. sometimes gets a little bit of stick for his sideways passing, but I think tonight he's been great. Jadon Sancho, nice one too with Luke Shaw, creates more space down the left-hand side. He's trying to work across if possible. Goes the long way around Sancho, then goes back to Luke Shaw. First time, cross, header won by Tarkowski. McTominay brings it down the edge, caught late by Del Stevens, and the foul will be given. Perfect distance for a good free kick take here, about 24 yards out, just to the left of the box. Del Stevens a bit rusty there. Playing his first senior game of the season. Just blocked the run of McTominay as he released the ball. This is prime Ronaldo territory, this. I know of recent years he hasn't been too great from free kicks, but we've seen free kicks from him at this ground taken and they've rattled the back of the net. It's usually Fernandez on free kicks, but he's not into the squad tonight due to picking up a yellow card suspension. So it's going to be all down to Ronaldo, who's already got one tonight. Can he bag a brace? Cristiano Ronaldo. A great distance, really is. A perfect distance for him. And for anyone who's good at free kicks. He's got the expectancy of all the fans in the crowd for United on his shoulders. He hits the wall. Tarkowski goes down as he gets hit in the face by the free kick. Yeah, he stays down as well. I personally wouldn't like a Ronaldo free kick in my face, so I can understand his pain. James Tarkowski, let's see exactly where it hit him. 5-man wall. Brave, right off the top of the head. Brave defending by James Tarkowski. Closing up to his 200th Burnley appearance. He's on 197. He did get the goal last season for Burnley in their 3-1 loss at this ground as Diogo Dalot looks to come on for Manchester United. It's been only one win for Burnley since 2014 against Manchester United, and that's in the last 12. 7 losses and 4 draws. Like I said, that win they got at Turf Moor in their first Premier League game ever at home against United, which they won 1-0. It was a first top flight season in 33 years for Burnley, but they were relegated to 18th, then made their return back into the Premier League in the 2014-15 season. Ball dropped to Maguire as we continue now. James Tarkowski's back on his feet and can continue. Jadon Sancho, 10 minutes to go, running at Matt Lowton. Inside to Ronaldo in the box, can't work room for his shot, cleared by Ben Mee. Towards Vidra. Loses that first time to Varane, but then wins it back a second time with a header to McNeil, who gets it on the return from Del Stevens, met by a strong challenge by McTominay, who smacks it off McNeil last and wins a free kick. Wins a throw-in for his team. McTominay's so good tonight. Here comes Dalot. He's going to replace number 11, Mason Greenwood. So it looks like Dalot will be playing in a right midfield role, toughening up the defensive situation on the right-hand side just to see the game out. Good run out there from Mason Greenwood. Despite getting 2 goals in this fixture last season at Old Trafford, didn't get one tonight, but he put a good shift in. Looks like Dalot isn't as good a pick in FPL now. No, looks like Wan-Bissaka's returning back to right back. He's had a good game tonight. Both Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, the returning fullbacks for United, back into the starting 11. Charlie Taylor, left back for Burnley, into McNeil towards the halfway, so they've got a bit of room to work, but a lot of distance to cover to get it forward, and that helps with a good diagonal switch to Matt Lowton. Tries to go inside on Jadon Sancho. The winger doesn't allow him to, and he wins it back for his team, but runs out of room as he can't dribble away from the right back. Like I said, if you are new, please subscribe and like the stream. Goes a long way is Luke Shaw. Defends well on Goodmanson, who tried to get beyond him. It's now out to Sancho in the defensive area for Manchester United in the left-back role. McTominay caught away by Westwood as he tries to get beyond him. Free kick for Manchester United as I think a few Burnley players were trying to confront McTominay of going down a bit too easily, but he definitely confronted those allegations and held his own. Not happy with the fact people were saying he was going down a bit too easy there. Maguire, long ball up the field. Tarkowski can deal with it as he just nods it down straight to Jadon Sancho. Poor from Tarkowski, crossing by Sancho, headed by Cavani back towards Dalot on the right-hand side. The substitute pulls it into the box. Dale Stephens cuts it out nicely and survives another attack from Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka just about gets it inside to Maguire. Just missing the trailing foot of Vidra, who tried to intercept Ronaldo. Ball to his international teammate Dalot. Cross. It's a heavy one. Goes all the way across the opposite side to Jadon Sancho. Could he try a cross of his own? Goes into Shaw, who then crosses. Lifted towards Cavani at the back post. Important header by Ben Mee to send it away from the Uruguayan. Ball falls as far as Wan-Bissaka. Dalot on the right. Working towards the byline. Works across. Blocked by Ben Mee. Will trickle to Wan-Bissaka. Keeps it alive. McTominay. Dalot. Back to Wan-Bissaka, who's got a bit of room now. And inside to Matic. Once more to Luke Shaw. Looks like United have got this game now. There's a bit of a chance for Burnley when they got that first goal on the 38th minute, but they've done not much since. Dalot, left-footed cross. Headed on by Tarkowski. Dale Stephens really struggles to get it away. Then Luke Shaw on the volley. Well over the bar. Doesn't score many. Luke Shaw, only 3 goals for Manchester United in his 7-year spell at the club. Did get one of those 3 last season in the Manchester derby at the Etihad, the 2-0 win. As number 11 for the Manchester United fan, Dwight McNeil of Burnley, he's going to be replaced by the left back Eric Peters, number 23. He'd spent the last 4 games on the bench without getting on the pitch. That cuts that run now. He's on the pitch, Eric Peters. I think just to sturdy up that left-hand side, make it a bit more defensive for Burnley so they don't concede many more goals to, suffer the goal difference. Shaw through to Sancho. Finds Cavani on the left. He's offside, so he leaves it for Ronaldo, who takes over. One-on-one with Tarkowski. Goes on the outside. Left foot. Clip ball in. Caught by Hennessy because there was a deflection and it goes out. Corner kick for United. Can they get that 4th goal of the game? Sancho gets it short from the corner, plays it towards the far post of Ronaldo, helps it in towards Maguire. Headed on by Eric Peters, the latest substitute for Burnley. Wan-Bissaka forced back to Matic. 5 minutes to go. Plus added on time with David De Gea. Like I said, the game in the 2020-2021 season, the Premier League between these two sides at Old Trafford was 3-1, so we could get a repeat. Just different scorers this time. McTominay in the Burnley half. Dalot, Cavani. Linked to a move to Barcelona in the January transfer window, but I don't think Cavani's going anywhere. He's just always a good player to have. Has scored in back-to-back games in the Premier League. Game against Spurs and Newcastle. And that's back-to-back for him because the 6 games in between the Spurs and Newcastle game he was injured for. So he is back-to-back goals in league games for Cavani. That could come to an end if he doesn't bag tonight. Ben Mee chests it down as Burnley have possession again. Stephens through the lines. Finds Chris Wood. Out wide to Eric Peters, the left back who's having to put a shift in at left midfield. Due to lack of numbers. They only had one attacking option tonight, and that was Vidra, and then one midfield option, which was Dale Stephens, who hadn't played all season. Other than that, it was all defenders on the bench. Westwood being forced backwards by the United press. To Tarkowski. Goes over to the club captain, Ben Mee. Did get an assist in the only win at Old Trafford for Burnley in this ground in 2020 in January. Westwood. Goes to right back Matt Lowton. Not one to remember for his 150th game in a Burnley shirt in the Premier League, but what a ball in towards Vidra in the box. Can't take it in his path and probably should have done better. Great quick ball by Westwood. Surprised everyone, even myself. Just a quick one around the corner. Maguire playing everyone on. Oh, and he should have done better. Didn't take it under control and the ball fell through and out for a goal kick. Should have either hit it first time or just controlled it better. Big chance that for Burnley. Great ball from Westwood using his midfield brain. As McTominay does rightly get man of the match. He gets man of the match as well. McTominay's been fantastic today. I just saw one of my friends in the crowd there holding a McTominay sign. Can I have your shirt? I mean, I don't think it was his sign. A younger person was next to him, but that's weird. It's hard to mention that, but he played in my football team last year. Unfortunately, no longer a team, but yeah. Wan-Bissaka, misplaced back pass. Corner for Burnley. Been good Wan-Bissaka. You know, after being low on confidence with this season's form, alongside Luke Shaw. But that time, looking for De Gea with a left-footed back pass, but went a few yards away from his intended target. And Burnley could get a goal here and make the last few minutes a bit edgy here at Old Trafford. Westwood, ball towards the far post, header worn and wide. Big chance that for Burnley. I think Tarkowski's the one who gets it towards the 6-yard area. He gets beyond Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and heads wide. Massive chance for Burnley and Tarkowski. He scored here last season in the 3-1 loss. And the man who's got 6 months left on his contract at Burnley, James Tarkowski, could have put his team right back in the game. What a chance. Should have at least directed it goalwards. Sean Dyche will be absolutely furious at that. Sean Dyche looking for his 150th Burnley win as manager. Mee heads it forward. Eric Peters brings it down. Met by the challenger McTominay, who concedes the throw-in. Dale Stevens. Peters. Back to centre-back Tarkowski. Decent last 5 minutes for Burnley. You've got a minute left to play. Matt Lowton lifts the ball over the top looking for Matej Vidra. Flicks it across the box and Eric Peters will get on it. Miss swing. Hits from mid-air. Hits air. Misses it. Oh, God, what a chance. The left-back playing left midfield trying to hit the first-time shot with the right foot. Never really going to end up in the right result, but if you could have caught that, maybe. Good flick on by Vidra across the box. Peters got onto it, and like I said, swung at the ball and just ended up kicking air. Oh, completely mishits it. That's a bit embarrassing, that for Eric Peters. Should have done slightly better. But we're towards the 90th minute. Burnley tried to push for a goal the last 5, just not quite materialised, and Dalot can send United away here with Ronaldo on the right. Cavani's in the box. He'll look for him. Cross blocked by Taylor. He volleys it as it was set up for him nicely after being blocked by Taylor, but it hits the side netting Cristiano Ronaldo, who was looking for another Premier League brace. 3 minutes of added on time as well for this one before we see United getting their 3 points and staying 6th, but on the same points as West Ham with a game in hand. Wood chases the long ball. Out it goes for a throw-in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka to take. He's making appearance number 125 in the Premier League. 83 for Manchester United, 42 for Palace. Throwing down the line towards Cavani. Comes off his back and out to play for a Ben Mee throw-in. As Fred looks like he'll be getting stripped off for the last 2 minutes. I'll be surprised if they have time to even make the change as we're going towards the 91st minute. Lowton forced back to their keeper, Wayne Hennessy, who's made some top saves on shots from Greenwood and McTominay. So despite being a backup keeper, he's definitely proved his worth, making some really good saves tonight. Wayne Hennessy with his back four in front of him, not really doing too great defensively. Conceded some sloppy goals, Burnley, tonight, because they haven't been that bad when getting forward. Obviously got the goal with Lennon and had a few other chances, but just defensively they let themselves down. Vidra can't link up with Wood. Pass intercepted. Dalot can now try and play through Ronaldo. Too heavy. Falls to Wayne Hennessy, who gets it out to Ben Mee, who's drifted wide left in the left-back area for Burnley. clips it down the line. Wan-Bissaka wins the header, only as far as Charlie Taylor, and to Vidra. Then into Eric Peters, number 23, formerly of Stoke. Works it to Taylor on the left-hand side. Trying to work space for a cross, deflects off Wan-Bissaka, helped away by McTominay to Dalot, who then clears long up towards Ronaldo, who's offside, and then kicks the ball away. Just over a minute to go, and then United are back on track with another win after their slight slip-up at Newcastle on Monday. Still unbeaten under Ralph Rangnick after 5 games now. 3 wins, 2 draws, 7 scored, 3 conceded, as Ronaldo is the man to be brought off in the last minute of the game by Fred. Just to kill a bit of time there. Fred comes on. His full name, Federico, by the way. Fred is just shortened. It's when Hennessy puts in the box. Great ball, headed on, caught by De Gea, but again, Maguire losing out aerially on Tarkowski. Really good ball by Hennessy. Maguire's watching it all the way. Ends up nearly dragging Tarkowski down. He can't defend Maguire. He actually can't. He amazes me how he's United captain. It actually infuriates me. I'm not even a United fan, so I'm kind of glad he's captain. He's down, acting injured, but he pretty much pulled down Tarkowski as he was going for the header. As Tarkowski won it, unfortunately, it was headed straight at David De Gea. Back on his feet, the man who can't defend. Against Newcastle and Burnley, just not being able to defend. After 18 days, Burnley are back with another defeat. Only 1 win this season, that was against Brentford. Brentford game back in game week 10. As De Gea kicks out of his hands, Jonathan Moss blows the whistle for full time, and it has ended here. Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. All goals coming in the first half of the match. McTominay kick-starting the goal, scoring in the 8th minute after Ronaldo missing a gilt-edged chance just earlier on. Good finish by McTominay. Second goal credited by Ben Mee, own goal. Jadon Sancho on the left, cutting in onto his right, helping it across the goal. Unfortunately, it was just helped in by the toe of Ben Mee. Don't think Jadon Sancho will be very happy with that one, not going down as one of his. Then McTominay, pretty much a carbon copy of his first strike, but this time aiming for the top corner, was well saved by Wayne Hennessy onto the post, and it was tapped in by 5 yards out from Cristiano Ronaldo, who couldn't miss in his first game against Burnley in his career. And then a little bit of light was shone in Old Trafford for Burnley fans as Aaron Lennon got away from Maguire after an Eric Bailly mistake in the box. Shot across towards the far left-hand corner. Got it beyond Maguire's trailing leg and the outstretched arm of De Gea to get Burnley back in the game, but they didn't really do anything else in the second half to warrant a comeback. United could easily see it out for a 3-1 win. No goals in the second half, but they weren't needed for United as they got the job done in the first. And Rangnick is still unbeaten in his start as Premier League manager for Manchester United. 3-1. Still 6th, but they're, like I said, level on points with West Ham, who have got a game in hand on West Ham as well, United. So they could leapfrog West Ham as well into 5th to get closer to that top 4, but they have got the likes of Tottenham around them, West Ham, Arsenal. So it'll be a difficult job to get that 4th spot, but they'll try all they can to get it, because in the previous seasons they've got top 4 in the last 2, finishing 2nd and 3rd. So they'll definitely have their eyes set on Champions League football for the new manager they get in the summer, with Rangnick only on an interim basis as manager. But for the stream and for these last 4 days, we've done 3 live commentaries, and it is all over now. We've done Newcastle versus Manchester United, which was a very solid 1-1 draw for Newcastle. We then did Southampton visiting Spurs, which was a well-fought 1-1 draw as well. But the 1-1 draw stopped at this game as we covered Manchester United again, taking on Burnley at home, and they were able to grab the 3 points with 3 goals, unfortunately conceded in 1 with Aaron Lennon, but did get the 3 points. And that's the main thing now for Manchester United, just getting points on the board. But for this stream, it is over. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. For United, it was easy in the end against Burnley. Didn't cause too much of a threat in the second half, but early goals from McTominay an own goal from Ben Mee, and a goal before half-time by Ronaldo got them the 3 points as they now march on to try and get that 4th spot.